Dr. Yates here in Chicago, and I got a couple of my best friends here. I got Nick, who's a patient. I got Diana from Meraki Room. Did I say that right?
You did.
Tell us what Meraki Room is anyway, because Meraki Room sounds like, I was just telling you, that sounds like somewhere you want to go and have fun. What is it?
It's a salon in Wicker Park that will be opening up next month. We're so excited. Me and my two partners are opening it up on Damon and Division. And Meraki is a Greek word that means the soul, creativity, and love put into something, or the essence of yourself put into your work. So that's where the word came from.
Wow.
Yeah.
I should just call myself Meraki then, because I put the soul and essence into everything, you know. And so what we want to do today, we want to show everybody how, even with a good hair transplant, the haircut will make or break a good hair transplant. Because a lot of times you see online a lot of people with good pictures and because they have a good haircut, or by the same token, you'll see somebody who's disgruntled and say, oh, look at my hair, I had, you know, X many grafts and my hair looks terrible. And I always tell patients you can make your hair look as good or as bad as you want after a hair transplant. So a lot of times when people even post stuff and say, oh, this transplant didn't work, trust me, if they came in and they had their hair styled appropriately, they would look like Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, or whoever the person is. So I don't want people online to get the wrong impression when they see somebody holding their hair back and the hair doesn't look good, because there are a lot of tricks to this, but you have to get a good hairstylist, which Diana is. Now I just want to tell you a brief story about Nick. Zoom in on this picture here, if you could. Can you zoom in on this one as well? Okay, so here we go. This is Nick's story. Now, Nick, you correct me if I make a mistake. Nick was wearing a system. A system is a hair piece, and or in the old language, a toupee. And how long were you wearing it, Nick?
About 15 years.
15 years. So he's in the game of the toupee for 15 years. Toupee is very psychologically debilitating in that you're always wondering, is somebody know you have the toupee on? So you never want to take it off because you feel like if you take it off, you're naked. Is that true? I mean, how did you, I'll hold that, Nick, but I mean, how did you feel about just wearing a toupee? I mean, did you feel like you were always worried that people were looking at you?
Sure.
What were your feelings?
Sure, you're always insecure saying something is not right, somebody could see something, it's not laying properly.
Right, so you're always wondering. So in my mind, I would always think, why wouldn't you just want natural hair? Even if you can never get it as thick as a wig, you know, and I'm going to call it a wig, why don't you want your own hair where you don't have to worry that are they looking at my hair, because you know your hair looks good. So today, Nick has had, like, this is 9 months out, 3,000 grafts. We mainly concentrated them in the front through the mid-scalp, because we always call that the money shot. That's why when you walk in the room, people have already made up their mind about you, like how you look. When Nick walks in, they're saying like, I like him, I don't like him, blah, blah, blah. They're not looking at the back of his head, okay? So now I want to show you how the difference, and his haircut he has now is not bad, but you can see the sides are much thicker than the top, even though he has a lot of hair up here. This is so much hair compared to this. Now, a lot of people who always look at the glass half, let's see, half empty. Yeah, people who look at the glass half empty will say, oh, that is not much hair, or, you know, that's like a ton of hair, you know, compared to what he had. You know, so what we have to do is, because the eye is always comparing this to this, that's how we decide who's attractive. It looks at this side of your face, it's like a computer all day long, this to this to decide who's attractive. So what we have to do is fool the eye by making this thinner to make this look even thicker. You know, this transplant is actually a home run. If we post this like this, in my mind, it's still a home run. This is a home run for somebody who is wearing a system. So now what we're going to do, turn a home run into a grand slam with a good haircut. So I know I've been long-winded. Diana, you're a master stylist. Anything you want to say about anything?
No, I just could piggyback as a professional hairdresser and completely agree that that's a lot of what we're doing in the salon, whether they've had transplants or not. Guys always have challenges with these sections being a little bit fatter than the top, so we're just going to skinny this out a little bit, and it's going to be great.
Great. So what we're going to do, we're going to let Diana work her magic, and then we're going to come back on Facebook Live, and we'll let you guys vote like on American Idol and see what you think, you know. But right now, this is a home run. I think, Nick, I think you look great. I think that you're 9 months in, this hair is going to get thicker. Even if it didn't, you look absolutely fabulous. The best thing is he got out of a system. a system, and I might, the system groups of America might protest me now, but I think they are psychologically debilitating. I think it, mentally turns you into somebody you don't want to be. And also, I would dare to say, at least 9 out of 10 systems, everybody knows they have it on. So you're not really fooling anybody. Something wrong with wearing it, but know that people know you're wearing it. It's not like it's a secret. So here we go. We'll see you in a few minutes.